Social media content creation is changing the business model, the way audiences consume content, the type of content that is favored by the algorithms, by audiences, that performs the best, the type of influencers and creators that are the most successful. All of that is changing right now before our very eyes. And as can be expected, there's no industry that stays stagnant. And we all know, especially in the advent of artificial intelligence, when you're watching this, you may have already seen a video that I've done about AI influencers and AI content creators that are essentially replacing existing creators, from user-generated content creators to singers to artists to actresses, models, even book authors. It's really a different world that we're living in. And because of the disruptive nature of AI replacing humans, because it's efficient, it's cheaper, and it's more effective and easier to control than actual human beings, we're finding the real creators out here are struggling. The brands are pivoting. People still want authentic connections, but there are a lot of people willing to engage with an AI creator and have no clue. And so that's part of it. The other thing is, every once in a while, we see creators who are frustrated or exhausted with the industry because the money is not always consistent. Being a content creator a lot of time is lonely, it's isolating. You don't have adult interactions with other people like you would if you worked a 9 to 5 and worked in an office setting. You're always on. You don't get vacations. I've been doing this for a long time. You don't get a chance to breathe or relax. You're constantly creating content. Every moment of your life is content. So that makes it a high burnout field. Even those who are successful in it, they can afford it, they leave. And then there's those who don't necessarily receive a lot of success immediately. And it just gets frustrating because they spend a lot of time and effort spinning their wheels and they don't get the views that they want. And then finally, you have the type of folks that I just recently discovered is the people who are forced to abandon content creation to go back to the 9 to 5 because they have to, not necessarily because they're burnt out, not necessarily because they are really ready for a pivot, or they have other alternatives, or they're tired of it, or they just want to break. They're being forced to go back to a 9 to 5. Like that's a new reality. Every once in a while, I've seen few people do that, but once people usually make it big, they usually can diversify their income enough so they're not just making money from ads, if you're watching this on YouTube, or from a creator fund, which is not necessarily sustainable because a lot of them abandoned, like Facebook. I think they still have those, but Instagram abandoned their pay program where they're paying creators. So did Pinterest. TikTok have scaled back a lot. So if you're not making money just from ads or from the actual platform for just creating content and getting paid from the views and interactions, a lot of people make money off of things like membership, from subscriptions, from like tips during like live streams, from selling merch, from selling a digital product, or selling an actual real product like a glass or sweatshirt or hoodie or something like that, or from offering services that's related to what the content they do. Perhaps they consult, perhaps they have a coaching business, or they're selling a course or some sort of other digital asset, a cheat sheet or something. So they're diversified. And some people also branch out and lend their influence to brands and take on brand sponsorships, which can be very, very lucrative. So combined, that's why in the past, we've seen a lot of creators make something like upwards to $100,000 per month. Now, I've recently, for some reason, I think it started off, I saw a family that I followed for a long time who used to live on my coast, transferred to another coast, bought a huge, like $1 million home, and did the whole tour, and we're following it. The last time I saw their content, they were selling their house because they had to. And I was like, how are you have 2 million or 3 million followers, have all these views on your account, meaning that you're getting lots of ad dollars at minimum, and you still don't have money, and you must sell your house in order to, it's bad financial planning. I think a lot of folks are young, and so they've never had that amount of money before, and they don't have financial literacy, and they're not independent wealthy, and they may not come from a family that has a safety net for them. And so they spend, or they make bad financial investments, and they have to punch a clock and they have to answer to a manager. I don't think some of those folks are like feeling it that much, because it's like, I gotta go back. And in this market in the United States, and specifically of those in this part of where I live, in the DC metropolitan area, where a lot of people have lost their job because to Doge cuts, Department of Government Efficiency, which was a sham. And so every single job just has a lot more applicants, and a lot of HRs are running your applications through filters now, through artificial intelligence. Yet again, strikes again. If you're a creator going back to 9 to 5, you're going to have to lean in on your contacts and your connects, because a lot of these AIs look for people who have specific jobs. You need to have more than just one job. So for me, my job, before I had like 3 jobs in another field, is a legal thing. So if I were to go off and try to get a job that's not legal related, which I can't, you know my story, you know why, my resume is going to be thin of that stuff. My resume as to what my skills are, which is creating media, marketing, social media, that sort of stuff like that, is only going to be of my 2 companies that I managed on my own. And the AI is not going to recognize that enough, and I won't pass the first test. And so unless you have a connection and someone just sees you and say, hey, I like you, I like what you're doing, I like what you're building, I have a startup, I have a company, and I want you particularly to come work for me, and I want to buy you out, whatever you're making here, whatever you're making online, I'm going to pay for you. If you don't have that situation, it's going to be really, really hard out there for you in this climate, in this part of the world, and especially if you know, just in this part of the world. I don't know if that's a nationwide thing or worldwide thing. I just know it is. You have to have a connect to get inside. There are a few people that I know, lots of people in my life, in my circle, that are looking for a job, and lots of them have been looking for a job for 2 to 3 years. So it's a tough market out there. So even going back because you need to go back is not even necessarily an easy endeavor. So the lesson there for me, as someone who's fully going into this and still, I'm still in the really super early stages of it yet. And most people would say, don't quit your day job. I didn't have a day job. I had a business. Or don't quit your business. Don't let go of your clients, which I did, until you have made a sustained amount of money, like 6 or 7 months of consistency, and you can foresee that it's going up, grow like that. That's the advice. And I still think that's really good advice to take, because especially you don't have a safety net in, come from a family with wealth, or you have a spouse, or you have some other sort of benefits or some sort of savings or something that you can launch pad on and can help you meet your bills when you can't. So if you don't have that, it's not a good idea to just jump. But if you do have that, I think, and this is what I'm doing, and I feel like it's taking off, still taking a little bit longer than I wanted it to, because I'm still relying on the algorithms, still relying on the audiences. I still know the type of content I do is so divisive that I do know I have haters. So I believe do things to kind of suppress my content. But for the most part, I'm relying on you, if you're on YouTube watching this, to like my content, watch it all the way through if you can, share with other people. The minute you see me on, you get the notification bell, please, and you can watch the video, watch it all the way through, watch playlist, watch as much as you can. Promote it and share, because when I grow, you grow, and the information grows, and I'm able to stay here and do this for you for a longer period of time, because I know a lot of people say I give them a sense of calm, the content I do here, and it would be a shame if I have to, for me, I don't even think 9 to 5 an option. What I would do more likely is go do more consulting, independent contractor work, and then take on some clients, which would drive me away from here, which won't let me have the flexibility to be here for you more, but it'll be more financially stable and stable. So that's what we're looking at. But so yeah, so so ways you can support, if you would like to support my work here, is watch my videos. Easy. It costs you nothing. Now, if you want to go a little bit further, you can get me a cup of coffee, which you can find at my website, jjlico.com. You can purchase my merch, which you can see on YouTube, or you can join my YouTube membership, my Patreon membership, or my Substack membership as a way of supporting, or you can purchase my digital content creator legal templates, or family legal templates, or the case tracker. So those are the ways I make money. Or you can purchase a product from one of my affiliate brands. So I'm doing this thing now. When I do a video, I show people what I'm wearing. So today, what is this? This is a jacket. What is this jacket from? What is this jacket? Hold on. This is a Champion brand hot pink fuchsia workout jacket. Is zip with a gray top, and it's warm out today, so I'm wearing cutoffs. Not really fashionable. A trio of necklaces. Nice little ring there. And yeah, that's it. Cheers. And yeah, so anyway, so that's how I'm ending this video. Content creator is different. It's changing. Influencers changing. And yeah, so just so a lot of people just like they have to leave. And then just be smart, because one of the people I mentioned, like I said, she was making $100,000 a month at one point. And she bought $1 million house like 3 months prior. But she said, I'm going to forget YouTube, TikTok, because TikTok's not paying. So I'm going to go to YouTube. And she thought YouTube was going to be easy to grow on. And she's not getting the views, and she's not getting the engagement. And so she didn't monetize on YouTube. She thought it was going to be easy. YouTube's hard to monetize. And then when you do get monetized, you don't really make that much money. And in order to make money, you have to, like, when you do a video, it's like 100,000 views. Like, so as you do a video. And that's not happening for a lot of people. So yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. But this video has a sponsor. If you would like to be a content creator, you like the way I edit my videos lately, I am using Descripit. I'm using and Wondershare from Mora, which is a drag and drop video platform. If you want to have your own name, I use DreamHost, which is my DreamHost. So I recommend, I'm gonna put a link down below, the DreamHost, to Wondershare from Mora, to save all of the various different documents that we have, because we're looking at a lot of documents with XP files. You can try a Dropbox, or you can try a Google Drive, or you can try Box.com, which is much, much cheaper. And that's what I use. So I use Box.com, Wondershare for my editing. I use DreamHost for my hosting, for my own name, so jjlegal.com. I use Canva to design my website. I have a blog, and sometimes to have an SEO optimized blog that makes money, that would rank, I use blogify.com or blogify.ai. And what else do I use? Oh, to get some help, I go to Fiverr, and I sell merch using Fourth Wall or Shopify. So I'll put links to all of those ways that you can diversify your income if you are a content creator, so you're not relying on other people. You have a website, you're selling product, you're selling merch, you have a domain, you can sell services, you can do a lot of things. So I have lots of videos on my channel here to show you how to take a blog or take a domain and have a website in minutes. You can have a phone, you can have an address, minutes, and have a business where you can consult, where you can do independent contracting, where you can do other things just to make sure that you are diversifying your content creation journey. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, like, check the links down below, and I'll see you in my next video. JJ Legal, equal teaching, a little bit something different, just sharing with you the creator side of the world.